I'm Danielle Mardesich. I fight out of Mendez Boxing, and I am a female fighter. I actually started boxing completely randomly. A friend of mine introduced me to boxing through this program called Haymakers for Hope, which is a nonprofit organization that basically puts people that have never boxed before in a ring to fundraise for cancer. So I started by signing up for this fight and having never fought before ever, and I went from training 0 days a week to training 6 days a week, and then fought and then became wildly addicted about 4 years ago.
So how do you feel when you fight?
How do I feel when I fight? I feel invigorated. I feel a lot of times this strong sense of like power, but also nervousness, and it's just a really empowering way to push past fear. Every time I get in the ring, you never know what's gonna happen, and you're always it's just you and yourself and your own mind in the ring. And it's like a beautiful way to like mentally push yourself and physically.
Do you feel less because you're a woman?
I don't.
Do you feel less sexy because you box?
No, I actually feel more sexy. I would say it's a lot of people are surprised by it. It's not a feminine sport. It's considered a very masculine sport, but that makes me feel that it just matches my personality, and I don't feel any less. I think in the boxing gyms, especially in New York City, they're very welcoming of women. So I can't say that I've ever felt uncomfortable. And I think as a woman fighter, you know how to carry yourself as well. So if I ever feel this discomfort, it's just kind of like it rolls off my back.
Do you have a feeling? Do you have something in your mind?
I think it's just to continue to push myself. I've never mentally pushed myself so hard in anything than in boxing. And I would say, like, I love pushing myself just in general, but what I've learned from boxing as far as just pushing myself and doing things that I'm scared of, that carries throughout everything else that I do. People that are thinking about getting into it or scared to get into it, you always have to start somewhere, and I am where I am because I've worked really hard for it every day, and I didn't just wake up one day with, knowing how to fight. So I think it takes a lot of patience. But yeah, it just continuing to work at it, and things build, and you get to a place where you never really thought you were going to see yourself, and you're there. So.
You think women are not as nice as men are to you? You think there is some kind of barrier between woman versus woman?
I do. I don't know if I'm the best person to answer, to give you like a great answer to that question, because I also, like, growing up, I was in a household of 4 men. I didn't really have that many women around me, so I've always naturally felt more comfortable with men, and I continue to. But then when you find those women that you really click with, it's a really beautiful thing. But to answer your question, I do feel sometimes like there's this competition, and it's very apparent, and everyone in the world knows that it's just like kind of a natural thing. But I think that we can. It can be avoided.
How can we stop that? How will you stop that if you could?
Well, I think the most important thing is self-confidence, right? I think the what gets in between women is insecurity, and having your own self-confidence, and knowing that we're all different, and knowing that we're all, like, somebody's going to be way better at something than you are, and knowing that there's no competition. I would say that that's the most important thing. And so for me, I'm always, I think it comes from me knowing myself, and I'm always going to have, some sort of insecurity here and there, but it has nothing to do with anyone else. So.
Thank you, Danielle.